Hi guys, I'm Mama Bear to Many. I am mom to 14 children. 12 of my children still live here at home. And I have clean clothes on the back of the couch, apparently. Yeah. Anyhow. I thought I'd take a moment today. I know some people have had some questions about unschooling, and I think sometimes it's very confusing as far as what unschooling is. For me, there is no start or stop time from unschooling. It is just a way, it's a lifestyle. It's believing that your children are going to learn. It's a way of like engaging with your children from a very early start, not telling them what they have to learn at a certain age, but rather when they're asking to learn that thing, to give them all the opportunities to do that. I think that it's foreign to a lot of people because being in the school department or being in the school system kind of squelches that curiosity from children, so they think that it's not just going to naturally happen. Because if we're told from an early age in the school department that we need to be quiet and listen to what the teacher is going to teach us and learn those facts in order to recite those later so they know that we learned those, then you're not actually learning naturally. Where unschooling is a technique where you are learning naturally. You are curious and somebody helps you find the answers to those questions. So this, for our family, looks totally different all throughout the year. So I thought that I would just give for parents who are kind of like, okay, but what exactly does that look like? It looks like a messy, this is kind of bothering me, but that's okay. Anyway, I thought I'd give you kind of like an overview of what each month might look around an unschool. My daughter is so sweet. An unschool, like through the seasons. So I guess we'll call this unschooling through the seasons. I think I'm going to do another unschooling video that talks all about different handicrafts, which would be really kind of cool. Another one I'd like to get to would be reading aloud and what that looks like. And it's so important. It's an intricate part of our children. I think that we can only read aloud to our children until they learn to read themselves. But there's so much more developed when you're reading aloud to children and young adults. You can get so much out of a read aloud. Even after a child has already learned to read. Okay, so those are future ideas for future videos. But currently, I am just going to give you unschooling through the season. So these are going to cross over. It's more of like a rhythm, just like you have a rhythm to your day. Like you get up in the morning, you eat breakfast, you get dressed, whatever you do, drink your coffee, whatever you do, there's a rhythm to your day each and every day. Well, there's a rhythm to our day overall. And usually to find an initial rhythm, what we end up doing is just rhythming out our meals. We have times for all of our meals. And so everyone knows at that time that we are going to be doing meals. Another thing is animals. So animals need to be fed in the morning. They need to be fed and checked in the afternoon. Now, there's also a rhythm to seasons, which I think is so beautiful in the Bible. In Ecclesiastes, it talks about for everything there is a season, and that is just so beautiful. It talks all about like different seasons, and I think this is like a rhythm that can go with that. So, let's talk about, I wrote May, June, July, August, September for these, and I left it kind of broad, but you'll see like where the crossover is for these months. So in these months, for us in Maine, we are going to be doing a lot of camping. We are going to be doing a lot of field trips. We're going to be doing hiking. We're going to be fishing. We're going to be gardening. We're going to be doing lots of stuff with homestead animals. There'll be maybe birthing of animals or deciding like if we're getting new animals. There might be baby chicks. Lots of like homesteady animal type things are going to happen in those times. This is also a good time to do nature studies. This is a good time. So Charlotte Mason talks about nature studies. I don't know that I actually like do nature studies like her. There's lots of people that do nature studies different. Basically, I think that, say you're going to the ocean, maybe you get a bunch of books about the ocean. Say you're going to be walking in a forest, maybe you get books about that. Maybe you get books about bugs, maybe you get books about trees, maybe you get like tree identification books, whatever that might be, whatever your nature study means. Maybe that means that you just take all your kids someplace and be like, okay, we're going to paint whatever you feel like painting in this area. One year we actually looked at one of our trees. We used to have a big maple tree, and I had the kids paint it like 5 times, I think, that year, just how it looked throughout the year, just our one tree. And I can learn a lot from that, right? So yeah, nature studies, whatever you think that is, however you want to do that. I am not saying that for my children, I'm not like, hey, you need to write a 5-page essay on the type of trees that you just found today. No, I'm more open to what they want to do and how they want to learn that. I just bring them out in nature. I bring them to our regular woods. I bring them out to like neighboring woods. I bring them to different places while we're camping, while we're field tripping, all that type of stuff. So they're out in nature. So much stuff can be learned through that. Okay, so the next is going to be unit studies based around travel. So like we did this year, we went to Cavendish and I did some unit study things around the ocean. We went to Fort Knox and we did some things around, Cavendish actually brought on a whole other thing that talked about bridges because we went over the International Bridge. And sometimes they'll just like unfold different unit studies from your different travels. So just being engaged and listening to your children, what they want to learn. And yeah, it could be that you read aloud to your children after that. Something, it might be that you get lots of books. It might be that you YouTube different things. Something really cool. I don't know if people know this about YouTube or not. We do not watch lots of movies. Usually, like, I would watch something prior to like allowing my children to watch that, unless it was like a series. Like lately we've been doing Modern Marvels, which I've watched a couple and I'm okay with that series. But overall we'd probably look at things first. So you can, on YouTube, if you, instead of doing watch later, if you hit that little, it looks almost like an upside down flag, kind of like that. If you hit that, you can save to and then do a plus sign new playlist, and you can have it private. You guys don't all see my playlists on here. And I could have a playlist for, say, oceans. I could have another one for bridges. I could have whatever. So as I'm coming across these things and I'm thinking about future things that they might want to learn, or maybe it's a question that has been asked, and I will go on YouTube and I will find something and then I'll put it on a playlist. Sometimes I'll want to watch that first, but I'll still have it on that playlist. In the back of my mind, I'll be like, okay, somebody needs to watch that first. So anyway, that is a great way to just have things. And then if I'm not home, everyone in my house, or even if I am home, everyone in my house knows, for older people, because they're the only ones that put the movies on, knows that Mom put these on here. And these are okay for us to watch. Okay. So that would be part of a unit study. Canning and preserving are things that can be learned from May, June, July, August, and September. Obviously, we're doing a lot of canning and preserving right now. Read alouds outside instead of inside. Read alouds inside. Cookouts, picnics, starting seeds earlier in the season, birthing animals earlier in the season, different things with bugs and birds, identification. A lot of times when we're in the car, We'll turn audiobooks on, so they get lots of things there. Also podcasts. We learn about foraging during that time. So these are just different things that we would learn in those months. But that doesn't mean that in those months we're not doing reading. That doesn't mean that in those months we're not doing math. It doesn't mean that we're not doing other science type things or social studies types things. No, we're doing all those things in among these things here.
Is there a timer put on that?
We are also canning, so we have different timers for different canners and all that type of stuff. So that's what's going on right now. August. Let's see. Some of those things are planned and some of those aren't. I usually plan some of our field trips and some of our camping excursions. I will plan ahead of time, and some are just kind of like fly by the seat of your pants. You want to sit with me? You're so tired, huh?
Mom?
Yes.
Your horse not letting me do it.
I think maybe it's just her turn. Let's let her have a turn. We'll talk to the people about all the fun things that we get to do. What happens in September, October, and November? Do you know?
I don't know.
That's what's coming up next.
Did you wash your hands after?
Someone's very tired. Is that you? Whose birthday's in the fall? Is it
I don't know.
You don't know? Whose birthday's in October?
Okay.
Yours. So we'll have to have your birthday in the fall, huh? So we have fall activities here, which might include apple picking or pumpkin picking. It might also, some years we go and do a maze, a corn maze.
Are we going camping?
Yes.
Right now.
This weekend.
Why?
Do you think we'll go to the beach when we go camping? So apple picking, pumpkin picking. We sometimes do the corn maze at that place. Let's see. Sometimes just driving through different areas. Like there's lots of natural places around here to see the change of colors. Visiting some places that maybe we visit at a different time of season that might have different colors. We'd also maybe collect different things like different color leaves or acorns that fell, and we'd probably do like some crafts and activities to go along with that type of stuff. And then I didn't say, in the summertime we might do the same thing with like shells and summer things. We start doing more handicrafts usually around this time of year. Actually, quite a few. I should show my daughter. She's like just 2 seats over and she is knitting. So a lot of times this time of year we start doing handicrafts. So like they don't need to see your library receipt. So we might be doing some knitting. Some of the kids are making little pumpkins with some orange yarn. Some kids are making some things for the baby to come. What else?
I don't know.
Oh, I know. Carding wool.
Why?
Remember with the 2 paddles, you card the wool? You did that, didn't you? So you have a bag of it. So carding wool is something that we might do. We might, yes, that's her bag of carded wool. It was right here by us. So she's been working on carding wool during Bible time a lot of times. So when she has the bag full, we can work on a project. We will probably do some sort of wet felting with our wool.
This wool?
With that wool, yeah. We could also drop spin. We could needle felt. My daughter just needle felted a. Do you want to share your bunny?
Bunny.
She's gonna go get her bunny. I'll show you her bunny. It's so cute. Other things that we do this time of year are going to be butchering and hunting. Yes, we are butchering the pigs. Yes, and hunting. Oh my goodness, isn't this so adorable? See the big floppy ears and the nose and the little hat. So this she made from, and the little booties. So this she made from our wool. So our sheep, we sheared them and washed the wool, and she carded it. So she picked out, you can tell like we have Jacob's sheep, and so there is like a whitish gray, and then there's a brown, has a little vest on, and a brown all in. So she pulled it apart. Yeah, I know. She pulled it apart so that she could do some needle felting. So, oh my goodness, she's so cute. So answered canning questions. So canning and preserving still is in September, October, November. Usually we do our like meat preserving and stuff during that time. We usually have a system of doing it, but right now
go camping with Grandma Jean.
Grandma Jean is in heaven with Aunt Judy.
Aunt Judy.
Yes, Aunt Judy is coming on Thursday. So hunting, so we would be also, if we're making like jerky and that type of stuff, we do that during that season. We usually do something on Native American studies sometime in the fall. It looks different every year what we're going to be doing. Please 1 minute, because they're trying to hear what we're doing this year.
Okay.
And then unit studies around all of those types of things. I'm trying to read my book. Unit study, or I can't read it. I can't read my own handwriting. Okay, anyway, you get the point. September, October, November, those are types of things. We will also do things around Thanksgiving and all those fun adventures for Thanksgiving. December, January, and February are winter activities like snowshoeing, skiing, making forts, making igloos. Yes, we are still outside, even if we have ice. Oh, ice skating. Was ice skating good in the winter?
Ice skate. Elevator.
Elevator? Oh, when we went skiing. And then we went on the elevator to go skiing. Yeah, that'd be fun if we could do that this year. So, my daughter's going to show you her.
It's gonna be.
So, she is working on knitting this. She's making something for the baby.
Yeah, baby.
So nice.
Baby,
I love the colors in that.
Baby.
Okay. So what else are we going to do? Snowshoeing, skiing, forts, igloos. We are outside even when it is snowing.
We're not
Quite
outside.
a bit when it is snowing.
We're not outside. We're inside.
You want to go inside. What about building a fort or sledding down the hill?
Sledding down the hill.
Sometimes we do like science activities around the snow, or around the ice. Handicrafts all around. Usually that's the time of year that I will pick a handicraft that we have not done with different levels. So it used to just be like one that we haven't done at all. And now that we have so many younger children, it will be one that maybe the younger children haven't done, and then something that the middle kids haven't done, and teach a new skill, but then also incorporate things that they could continue doing those things. A lot of times when we read aloud, the kids are actually doing a handicraft as well. So, lots of sewing projects. We usually, if we're going to sew dresses or pot holders for the year, or what else do we sew? Aprons, if people need new aprons. What else? Do you like when Mommy sews you dresses?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if we're going to sew dresses. So all our sewing projects usually are that time of the year. I mean, we still do them throughout the year, but we might do a bunch. Or I might work on like a big quilt or something like that with the children. We do lots of read alouds in the wintertime. We tank through some books, guys. We do. We really, like, some days we'll just sit there doing handicrafts and pass books around, or pass a book around, and we can get done really quick. Okay, so audiobooks also, listening, please don't do that. Listening to audiobooks. Later on, more in like February, we start doing maple syrup. And throughout the winter is wood. We do all different types of wood stuff. This year, I don't know, we might end up doing some wood carving. We haven't done that in a couple of years. And then we go back to March, April, where we're going to be seed starting again. There's going to be a lot of snow and mud play, exploring, wood, handicrafts, looking for spring, bird, like doing our bird feeders, seeing what birds are starting to come out. Yeah. There's a lot.
Feed.
You like doing bird feeders?
Yeah.
There's really so many things that you can be doing throughout the seasons. And a lot of that includes being outside, even in inclement weather. I know. Rain jackets, rain suits, snow suits, snow gear. Just get out there. Anyhow, those are a bunch of things that we do throughout the season. So, I hope this video blesses you. I hope it encourages you to start thinking of things a little bit differently and embracing the seasons as God gives them to us. So I hope you all have a blessed and wonderful day. Tell them bye.
Bye.